Most of the time after your class, you go to the playground near at the university you attended. You're an outcast or introvert. You always want to be alone. You love kids. You really want to play with them. For you, it's your comfort zone. Oni, can you please pass the ball, please? Said Kyle. He also often plays here, so you're quite close to him. Okay, catch! As you throw the ball at him. After an hour, the alarm clock that you set rang, indicating that you need to go home. Kids, I need to go. This just bid goodbye to you, and they didn't ask anything since they know that you always go there. You took your things and walked to the bus stop. Not long after, the bus you were going to take arrived. You get on, but there is no seats available. You go to the middle and hold onto the pole to balance yourself. If you don't get on that bus, you will have to wait another 30 minutes before the next bus arrives. So it doesn't matter if you just stand. After you make yourself comfortable, you took the earpiece that was in your bag and put it on your ears. When suddenly someone stood next to you and held the same pole where you were holding and accidentally held your hand. In your surprise, you look at the person. However, you are even more surprised when you saw that the person who held your hand was the cold heartthrob of the university you attended and also your classmate, no other than Jungkook. He is super popular but doesn't want an attention. He is also grumpy, so mostly you avoided him. You slowly lowered your hand until he noticed you. He looked at you and said, I'm sorry. After that, he looked outside. You slowly moved little by little to get away from him, but the bus suddenly stopped. Since you weren't holding on the pole, you were out of balance and about to fall. Good thing Jungkook grabbed your waist. You just swallowed your own saliva after you saw yourself in his arms. You immediately stood up and thanked him. However, he took your hand again and put it on his arms. Just hold my arm so you don't fall. At that time, you didn't know what to do. What's wrong with him? Why doesn't he seem like the Jungkook I know? Later on, a woman got off, so you immediately sat in the vacant seat as you breathed a sigh of relief. Since you were tired, you didn't realize that you fall asleep. When you woke up, Jungkook was not there anymore. Later on, you noticed that the people around you were laughing after looking at you. At first, you just shrugged your shoulder. But even in the street while walking going to your house, it was still the same happening. They are looking at your forehead and laughing, so you check your forehead. As you touch something stuck on it, it's a piece of paper that has a message. Don't disturb, the cat is sleeping. Aish, who did this? You're about to throw the paper when someone calls you from behind. A smile crept into your face after you saw your mom. You just put on the paper on your bag instead and ran to your mom. You were walking in the corridor going to your class when you passed on the girls who were gathering like they're cheering for someone. You get curious, so you also looked where they were looking, and there you saw Jungkook playing basketball. You just look at him. At that time you realize you're really handsome. No wonder why many women are dead to him. For reasons you don't know, Jungkook suddenly looked up where you were and your eyes met. It just took a few seconds cause you also left right away. Class. Before my class ends, let me remind you about the report project you will do. You can do it with a partner or you can do it alone. But I advise you all to have a partner to divide the work to be done. Next day, I will start receiving for those who wants to pass. Understand? Jungkook, can you be my partner? Your classmate asked him. I don't need a partner, Jungkook answered while he was busy writing something on a small paper. Okay, the girl replied and left. Meanwhile, you are writing your plan about the project to be done. As always, you are more comfortable doing it alone until a folded paper landed on your desk. You look at your side, but you don't see any suspicious person until you look at your back. And that's when you saw Jungkook staring at you and telling you to read the paper. In your curiosity, you read what was written on the paper. Let's do the report together at the library later. You look at him with poker face and just continue on what you're doing until an urban paper landed on your desk again. You took it and read it. Answer me. You look back and nodded at him. I can do it by myself. This girl, why does it seem that she's always avoiding me? Who? Nothing. You are getting confused by Jungkook's action. Lately, he is always approaching you. You read the paper again. Then you realize that the handwriting is familiar to you until you remember something. You look for a letter that was stuck on your forehead last night and compared. The handwriting was really the same. It's already 6 in the afternoon when you go to the library. You need to attend the meeting of the club you belong to first. You are the person who is serious when it comes to studying, and once you started it, you want to finish it right away, even if you haven't slept. In your desire to finish your report immediately, you didn't notice that the time was getting late. I'm starving. You look at the time as you panic when you saw that it was already 11 at night. You hurriedly got up and put your things on your bag so you could go home. But you were frustrated when you found out that the door outside was locked. Shoot, what am I going to do? You try to open it again, but unfortunately, it's already locked. Excuse me, is there someone there? You shouted. Don't shout, it's useless. You flinch in shock after hearing the man's voice. You look around until your eyes landed on Jungkook, who was sitting on the corner. Were you here earlier? He nodded. Then why did you let us to block her? I fell asleep. When I woke up, it was already locked. What shall we do? I'm sure my parents will be worried. I'm sure we'll leave here early tomorrow morning. So if I were you, just text them that you're working on a project at your classmate's house so they don't worry. Who? They know I have no friends. Me. You can give me my number so in case they call me, I can tell them the truth. And that's what you did. I'm starving, you murmured. Jungkook took something on his bag and gave you 3 bars of chocolate and a bottle of water. Here, you can have this. Really? Thank you. Let's share this. you to sit on the chair and eat the food you brought. You didn't ask where he get it. The most important thing is that you can eat because you're really hungry. What are we going to do now? Are you done with your report? Not yet. Then that's what we should do, so that our time here won't wasted. You did your project together while talking about anything, so you wouldn't get bored. Later on, you noticed that Jungkook became silent as you found out that he was already sleeping. He was sitting across from you while his head was resting on the table. You stop on what you're doing and just stare at his face. This is the first time you see his face up close, and you really melt into his handsomeness. Right now, your heart is going wild. You're actually one of his admirers. You are being contented by looking at him in a distance, since you know it's impossible for him to notice you. Why you're so perfect? I would be surprised why so many girls like you. You also rest your head on the table while your eyes are still on him, without you realizing that your hand is already holding his nose. You only notice it when Jungkook suddenly opens his eyes. Your heart skips and hurriedly remove your hand, but Jungkook stopped you from doing that. He held your hand and placed your hand into his face. Do you know, I have been waiting for a long time to this opportunity. Which one? Being with you? Just the two of us. Why? He giggles and says, you are really an innocent like the kids you always play with in the park. I like you for a long time. I'm making steps for you to be notice me, but you always ignores me. Your eyes just widened as you swallow your own saliva because right now you're having a butterflies in your stomach. Actually, right now, being luckier is my idea to be with you. As he shows the key. He begged the guard to lend him the key to the library since you are not done with your report. Seriously? You did that? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it's my pleasure to be with you here. But seriously, can we go home now? I'm still hungry. Then let's go. I'll treat you a meal since this is my fault. At that time, you wanted to stay in the library with him, but you're really hungry. While you are eating dinner, if you can just stop the time, you will do it. Because at those times, you're in cloud 9. After dinner, it's time to say goodbye. Thanks for the dinner, you said and got on the bus. But you were spacing out after Jungkook held your hand and pulled you inside. I'm sure your parents are worried. It would be much better if I was there to explain to them what happened. You're sitting next to each other while holding each other's hand. Can you please don't let go of my hand? You bite your lips and nodded. He chuckles and whispers, is that yes? You look at him and say, hmm. You giggles together as he let your head lean his shoulder while holding your hand tightly.